Play, draw, and guess with custom words now. I appreciate that, but no. All right. G'day guys, hey Sam, hey Jay. Welcome back guys. Now I'm not here for long. I'm late because we were setting up the studio. I'll show you what I was doing all morning. On Memento, here we go. This corner here is all our work that's leaving the studio before the end of December. All clean over this side. That's rubbish to leave the studio. And then now, the floor's all clean. Excuse my terrible looking mechanism here. I lost the charger for the big ring light, so this is what it is. Let me just turn up the thing. And speaking of which, actually, give me just a moment here, guys. Oh. I'll need to fix that. Hold fire. Day's going good, thank you. Follow. There we go. And then I go settings, and I go moderators, and I go add, and I go. Let's come up. There we go. There we go. Cheryl, that was overdue. I've just added you in as a moderator. Since you're always here, Cheryl, and you know, that way, see anything you don't like the look of, you've got the power now. Welcome to power. How long since you worked on this piece? Been a while. It has, Sam. It has. So. It's dry. I've got 1 clean hour. 1 clean hour. And what I'm going to do with that hour. Hello, Abby. Welcome back. Now, on this hour, we're going to use a lot of clear painting medium. This is our stuff. So this stuff here makes the paint transparent. This is the stuff. Where's that? Canada? Do you know how much I love Calgary, Canada? Home of Cowboys, that place. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Abby. Yeah, no, it's coming together well. Now we're going to get a little bit wild with the acrylic, but it will cut some of the lines better for us as well. This background's really wild and woolly. It's more flat than that. So all that there, you can see the white on the plate, that's transparent painting medium. Hello from New York City, welcome. Hope you're enjoying your white Christmas. So, can we oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, of course you can. So I just did it quickly before. I'll do it once more. Okay. Had a massive cleanup because it was looking shocking. So this corner here, this is work that's leaving the studio before the end of December. We've got the face here that we've been working on. We've got Ian McKinnon, who needs to get boxed. We're just waiting for him to dry. We've got these sunflowers. They're going to a man here in Tauranga. We have the cowboy. That one's got the frame on it and it needs to get boxed. We have our wedding photo and we have our horses. So that's what's happening in this corner. That's my December calendar. This is my rubbish. This is all the junk that's leaving the studio. Goodbye. Chair, I'm going to miss it. We can get a new chair. That's fine. And then over here is all our work that's still important, but it's going to wait until the end of December. So all the extras. A couple of big canvases over here. Inspo wall. There's a bunch of stuff on the ground I need to put up, but it's all there waiting. We have a trolley here now, which all the paint mediums are on. That's fun. And then we have artwork here. Whole bunch of fresh plates, ready to go. Drop cloths. Now, I keep the drop cloths there because some days I have an off day and I'll use a drop cloth. But today I don't have one. So I choose the day. If I'm not feeling perfect, like I can land every stroke, then I grab the drop cloth out. If I feel like I can be on fire, there's no need for a drop cloth. We won't miss a drop of paint, guys. Can we see the wedding photo? Love that. Yes, of course you can. I'll just grab that, but then I've got to start because I've only got an hour. So, uno mas. Sorry, not uno mas. Un momento. Here we go. So this is where we're at the moment. Can you see the bottom there? Yeah, you just can. Perfect. So this head here lacks definition because I've been bringing it up and across onto her a little bit. Her face is just starting to come forward. It started too far back. I had the back of her head and her neck too straight, and so her neck stayed, her back stayed in the same spot, but her head's been slowly coming forward to touch the two heads. Her chest is going to come up and towards me. Lucy! Hello, Lucy! Welcome back. And the background is wild and woolly. It's going to stay wild and woolly, guys. While these characters gain definition, the background's going to stay saturated and sort of explosive around the characters. We're going to add in a bit more definition to it, like with where exactly where lines are with the whites and blacks, but then all the rest of the coats in the background are going to be transparent. So what you see there, it's pretty close to the fact. Thanks, Sebby. So this is going to a lady down in Christchurch, and I'm really hoping she doesn't mind if it gets there in January. I'd love it to get there by Christmas. The only issue I run into is drying times, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yeah, I'm looking at it in the feed. That's coming. Yeah, it's really cool. It wants to be more emotional than realism, and that's where we're at. Sweet. All right. Yes, the suit's freaking cool. Excuse my language. I haven't told the lady who gave me the photo, but I was going to say that the photo is actually phenomenal because the guy with the suit, the most incredible textures down the arm, it makes it so easy to paint. The background, like the photographer's done me all the justice. I'm just painting it, but the artwork's just phenomenal that I've been given, so that's all good. Thanks, Jason. You're a champion, mate. Let me just... Here we go. Here we go. Dismiss. Okay. So I'm playing my top songs from 2022. Get me in the moment. And they are Stone by Whiskey Myers, Soul Fight by the Revivalists, Do You Want to Taste It by Wig, Wham, and Van Gogh by Pony Bradshaw. Wild. Yes, that is actually down here, Lucy. So, when I paint pictures of things off Nintendo and things like that, I like to grab the most quintessential picture you can find. And so, when you're playing PlayStation 1, when you're with Spyro, you can run with him and then move the camera with the other stick. And so what you could do is you could spin the camera right round and face your character in like the third person style and then zoom in on Spyro. And so if you've done that before, that'll trigger some old neurons that haven't fired in a while. And what's quite special about a picture like this is you can have your neurons triggered that haven't fired in a while, but not from the pixels. It can happen from paint. And so your brain has this real interesting trip for a moment where it like, not a hiccup, but it tries to process why certain neurons are firing when you're looking at paint because you're so used to seeing it on a digital screen. So that can be a bit of a mind trip. Anyway, this is our picture of Spyro. Am I a gamer? I'm not much of a gamer anymore. I used to play a bunch of Playboy, like, no, not Playboy, oh, sorry guys, Game Boy. Oh, that's a terrible slip. Game Boy Color, and on the Game Boy Color I used to play Pokemon Yellow, did a little bit of Silver, but I sort of stopped after that. Spyro was my go-to, Crash Bandicoot was my go-to, and Crash Team Racing. A lot of, and most recently the last thing I probably ever played was Skyrim. So Skyrim is the RPG where you wander around and you have a little warrior, you go do your thing. I love that game. I love a sandbox world where you can trot around wherever you want and go make your own quest. It just, the imagination and the freedom and the variety and the randomness really speaks to me. You would love Pokemon games on Switch? Yeah, I hear. I like the old school ones. Don't make the pictures too good. I like the pixelations. I like the little weird Charizard avatar. I like the, I always went to Squirtle, and so your backwards picture of him when you play with Squirtle was like this weird little blue bubble, and then Wartortle had this terrible ear that looked awful, and so you were just holding out for him to evolve into Blastoise, which was even more ugly. No, Lucy, do not fan the flames on that one. I slipped. I'm so sorry. Here's a question. How did you get that started in painting? Talk about it. College. How did I get started in painting? Right. Always painted since I was a little tacker. Lockdown in New Zealand probably really kicked me into a full-time sort of style with it. How do you get started painting? It's really hard to predict for each different person because there's a million different ways to actually get into it or your own style. Sorry guys, 1 second. I'll be back. I'm gonna break it in a million times. My fancy, see, here's my box, Reflex, awesome. So, we're gonna kick off pretty basic guys. Cerulean blue, Arctic blue, and if I can find it, I'd love some white, but we'll see. No, I mean, what's my story? Okay, so my story is I started painting when I was a young tacker. I went to, did it all through primary school and things. My mum had me like tutors, art classes, private tutors, all that sort of stuff. And then I went to university for it after high school. I did half my subjects, if not all of them in high school, if you've done NCEA, were art. And then went to university on a sculpture scholarship and a couple of scholarships like that. And then I was doing, what do I have that can make other people happy and what can I give back? And then for me, yeah, with something like painting, I can bring happiness to others. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So that's wholesome. That's cool, Eddie. Yeah, 100%. Now, if we want to talk about actual gaming, like probably the best things the things I'm best at would be Dota 1, Defense of the Ancients. I was pretty good at that, but I'll be able to practice now. And then the one I was really good at, and I mean smoking at, Age of Empires 2. If you're a Kiwi kid, you remember Age of Empires 2 that would come in the Nutri-Grain boxes. So we've got Age of Empires 2 expansion, not 3, not 4, not 5, Age of Empires 2. This guy, I knew all the hotkeys. I knew how to lay down with Age of Empires 2. I was a threat. But do you paint landscapes? I do, actually. I've got one over there in the campuses. We're not going to pull it out today because we're focusing on these ones, but I love landscapes. They go more abstract, so there's less points or iconography to pull you back to realism. So I just sort of let them sprawl out and go crazy. You on my feed, day 3. Thanks, guys. Hey, guys, I wasn't actually going to stream today. Full honesty. Wasn't going to stream today. I know I told you guys I would, but I was pretty close not to. So I did this big studio cleanup. I thought I needed a fresh start and clear my head. And the other thing I did was I went around the floor. Yes. So what Eddie's giving you there is a cheat code. You type that in, you get a cool car that shoots little bullets, and it's pretty fun. My favourite code was Rock On. Rock On would get you rock. And there was, what was it? Rock On. There was Robin Hood for gold. There was, well, Robin Hood was for wood. I forget, but it was fun. Back when cheat codes were a thing. Do you have any tips of how to paint waves? I can't get it right and give up in the end. Christina. First off, Christina, tell me, what style are you doing? How do you paint? In fact, better still, rather than describe it, send me some pictures. And I can provide some feedback way better from the pictures. But off the cuff right now, without even seeing your work, too often do we think of the wave as a shape, and we try and paint a shape in the picture. And for the eyes, looking at the sea, waves aren't shapes. They're made up of a whole bunch of smaller shapes and tones. And so just like we look at eyes and faces and noses and mouths, we need to stop seeing a wave as a wave and start seeing a wave as a bunch of shapes and tones as part of a larger sea. And that'll mean, because what you might find is you end up doing a wave and there's all the sea around the wave and there's this awkward spot that you haven't really touched, or there's a wave coming together but it doesn't seem to pair with the rest of the stuff going on. I think King Charles III would love one of your portraits. Why don't you paint him? I mean, could do. But yeah, in terms of the sea can be quite complicated because when you're doing it, it requires a lot of, there's reflective surfaces, and normally you can see a thing as a thing, but with a sea, sometimes you have to acknowledge that there might be these giant cascading reflections and sunlight coming across it, and it can be quite hard for your mind to disassociate with just seeing the sea and to think what colours and tones and shapes I'm seeing. It can be tough. Lucy, you've already got Spyro in the pipeline. Once we've done Spyro, you can start firing through some more requests. That being said though, guys, if you do find a picture of King Charles that you think would be absolutely banger in the style, then still, even though I'm saying hold fire, send it through. Let's see what we can do. Like, I won't start it, but I can add it to the wall ASAP. Lucy, did you see your fave emoji? What's Lucy's favourite emoji? I want to be in the know. Jack from NYC, welcome back. Jack works hard, guys, and we are lucky to have him here in the stream. Thanks for making time to be here again, Jack. You're an absolute champion. Why not? Lucy. Oh, wait. Cheryl's having you on, right? That's not your favourite emoji. I need a chick, actually. What's my favourite emoji? Is how to really like animals. Hold on, I'm just having a look-see. I think my favourite emoji of a photo, same policy we're applying here, see shapes and tones and apply it where it's supposed to go. If you're wanting to paint a perfect horse or a perfect dog, but not a photo of it, so you're not trying to capture an essence of the animal, you just want to paint an animal. If that's the case, then you can find some amazing tutorials on YouTube that will walk you through play by play on how to put together an animal. And sometimes you can just follow those and you'll be able to do it. It's that simple sometimes. Do you ever paint on your clothes? I do. If you look at my jeans here, can you see that? I get paint on myself. Usually it's from my hands after I'm finished. When I'm on the job, I don't really get much anywhere. And if you look around the studio, you'll notice there's no drop cloth here. So don't plan on making mistakes. So although you're looking at a very messy abstract picture, you are looking at an incredibly messy abstract picture. I don't plan on any stroke you see here being in the wrong place. It's abstract, but it's not messy. oh, it's abstract and messy, but the room doesn't have to be messy. It can be quite controlled. What was my favourite emoji? Is that for me? My favourite emoji is absolutely the shrug one. I like the shrug one because it's like it can be like I don't know, or it can be I use it in the place of a lot of other emojis. My favourite one before that was I thought it was there's one emoji that's looking up with like a little blush, and it's like Now, I was using that a lot for like a thinking face. Turns out it's an eye-rolling face. So I was offending a lot of people by sending them this emoji that was looking up, when I thought it was like a wholesome blush, look up, think, and instead I was sending them eye-rolling. So that was bad. Thanks, John. That is correct. John is on the right track. Mine's the skull emoji. Yeah, fair enough. It's good to hear about emojis, guys. Lots of choices. We all have our own favourites. Would love. Fair enough, Alex. Yeah. Lucy, that's exactly what those messages would look like. And you can see how it goes from being this lovely, hey, I'm having a think about it, we'll talk soon, to what a jerk. So did Wendy hang up her picture yet? I'm not sure what we're talking about there. Did Wendy hang up her picture yet? Why can't... How do you start painting? Do you do outlines and rough drafts or just start painting? Jason, you've seen it happen, mate. We just start. So part of the fun and appeal of these is every line exists in and of itself. So every line I put onto here doesn't care. Every blotch of paint doesn't care what was already on the canvas. It's just doing its own thing, all by itself. That's to say that if this leg was here, but we thought the brown was actually over here, upon revision, we'd put the line here. And we wouldn't try and move it all. We're just going to apply every stroke we think it goes. And so that means from start to finish, every stroke is just trying to be itself. And the whole thing seems to come together, but there's no guiding lines or blueprint that's telling these strokes how to work together. No outline saying, hey, make it like this. It's just paint. Which I like as a message or technique more. It's wholesome. Let's have a look. Chuck, if you sent me a message and I sent you back a reply with an eye roll on it, that would be grounds to think you were talking to a jerk. But, yeah. That's all good, though. That's all good. Oh, exciting news, guys. Actually, where did I put it? I don't need to have this here anymore. Who wants to see something absolutely wild? Because I've got this now. Move this over to here. Move this to here. What I've got is... Can you see what I'm doing here, guys? It's a stand. So I can have a picture up higher. I no longer need to put my neck out. Put that there, and now I can keep painting. So someone's lent me a stand, which is fantastic. Yeah, honestly, well, I miss it so much that I told some people that please understand that when I use this emoji, it's my thinking face. And I'm not rolling my eyes. Because there were so many bad messages where I'm like, the only appropriate thing I can think to do here is send them the eye-rolly face, but not the eye-rolly thinky. Because there's the other thinky face, but it's sort of frowning. It's not like a wholesome, Like this is a hard think. And I want just a little bit of a think. A little glance up think is all I wanted. I'm getting fancy now. Am I getting fancy now? Possibly. Oh, yes, with the stand? Yes, I am. This is very fancy. This is 101. This is 101. Small size, just a little line, me alone. I feel sad, sometimes it's a little hard, being alone. It's in my head, so why don't you stay? I was just a little late for you to be seeing me this way. I keep my guard up because you let me down. I think as emoji, that one? No, that's like a meditation emoji. To me anyway. Cheers, Jason. Cause you let me down. Confession, guys. I would have been on here at about 9 a.m. I was on the phone with my partner around 8:30. I was like, yo, I'll get up and do a live. And I was like, I don't have the gas. Don't have the mental gas for it. So you know what I did? I grabbed about half a kg of, what was it? It was like Capri Coast ice cream. I grabbed a coffee, I sat down and watched 2 episodes on Netflix. So, I'm happy as Larry. But this morning, I just wasn't feeling it. So that's the honesty you come to this channel for, right? Someone translate what's a kg in American? A kg is 2.2 pounds. Ha! There you go. Cheers, Cheryl. And also, guys, I'm going to go MIA this weekend. I might be around, but I might also be MIA. So I'm going up somewhere with Auckland with my partner. I'll be Gomberger, but, yes, it is raining. It is pouring down out there. It's not white static, it's rain. And those are real good. So, if you want to follow what's going on and be a part of it, I'll post things on my story on Instagram and possibly TikTok too. We'll see. So, that's where you can find me this weekend. But if I bring all my paintings up with me, expect me to be painting in somewhere new and bizarre. Though the catch with that, is that I have to have Wi-Fi, which may or may not be the case. Can you explain more about the fire you used at a previous painting you did? More about the fire. Hard up 'cause you let me down. 'Cause you can't stay in there. I wasn't always around. Okay, so fire. Fire. Do you have the right artist? I'll show you 2 pieces. It might not be for me. Oh, glaze. Glaze, fire. I've got 2 works. I'll show you on both of them. We'll grab this one first. Right. Here we are. This one here is a lovely painting of a lady and a horse. Now, in this one here, One thing you'll notice with the colours, although the palette is purple, blue and pink, there's this very light halo of underlying reds and yellows, it's like a flamish colour around her character and around the horse. It should halo up through here and come down through here, very lightly, very, very lightly. Almost like some sort of a lopsided love heart surrounding them with flame. Well, warmth of colour. Now you'll notice it catches the light differently. There's the end right there. The reason it catches the light funny is because there's a liquid glass layer over the top. It's completely flat in it, and then another layer of paint. The layer of paint on top of that has texture, whereas the coats underneath that are gone because the glass on top flattens it. So you can have multiple layers of paint that don't affect each other. They can just all be paint strokes on a flat surface, because if you do a paint stroke on a rough surface, it comes off different. Maybe you want that effect. I don't really want that effect. I'd like to have every paint stroke on a flat surface be itself, and that's why the glass goes in between. Right, and then I think we saw I think we saw the wedding one before. Same philosophy, fire on the outside. As more coats go on, it'll fade a bit more and we're away. That's it. Thanks, guys. Did you thank the maid who did it? Did I thank the maid who did it? The liquid glass? I was the maid. I put the liquid glass down. Unless that comment's not even for me, in which case I'm sorry for butting in. Any tips for removing paint from your phone? My first reaction there, I was like, let me show you a paint-covered phone. And then I realised, wait a minute, that's literally the one thing you will be unable to see. My phone is covered in paint. No, I just live with it, Lucy, and you should live with it too. If it's oil paint or if it's niggly paint that comes off, maybe you're wearing white dresses and you're like, I really don't want paint all over my stuff, I recommend staring into it. Get yourself this. This is going to sound real silly, but I'm serious. Let's track it down. If there's too much paint on your phone, Lucy, or anyone else, if there's paint on your phone, you can either work to scrub it off and you can have a phone that smells like turps, or chuck some satin varnish on it and the paint will hold its colour. It won't go murky as your hands touch it, and it will become just part of your phone's feature. And if someone says, why is there paint on my phone? You can say, because I was painting, which I feel like is a completely reasonable reply. Are you related to Patrick Gower? I am not. I am not. Maybe I need to put that as a note in the bio. I'm going to learn so much about paint. Yes, you are, Shelby. Shelby. A Shelby, not B Shelby. Good to have you here, Shelby. How did you manage that? We say it's abstract. Are we, well, people do say that. Not a painting question, but do you have any pets? I come from a small farm here, and so on a small farm, there's pigs, chickens, cows and sheep. So no conventional pets, no, nothing in the house. And yeah, I've got no problem with pets, I just don't have any. Washing me, why? Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, Lucy, think of yourself as an amazing artist. How much would people, how much would it be worth to have a phone that had paint on it from a guy like Picasso? And if you're like, that would be awesome. How much would it be worth to have a phone with paint on it by you? That's pretty special. I reckon you should rock that. Own it, girl. That's what I reckon. Maybe that's what we should start doing on the channel here, just painting iPhone 13 cases. Why no pets? I was raised on a farm. On the farm we didn't have a whole lot of pets. We don't have a whole lot of pets inside the house. So there's lots of farm animals, but not animals inside. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just different. Ooh. And well, took me for a spin. This hand needs to come across here. Same story, guys. See that hand there? It's an inch to the left. That's what happens. We're not going to force it anywhere, but we are going to put the black down where we believe it should go. Feeling like I've been here before. In the Wild West. Just going to get around this head here, guys. Just going to be MIA for a moment. Riding around in this carousel, if you catch my drift. Riding around in this spinning wheel, took me for a spin. See your face again. I would love a case with your sunflower painting on it. That's actually a pretty cool idea, Lucy, because that'd be super easy to ship too. So, noted. Most of us are, what are we rocking these days, guys? I'm on an iPhone 13. MJ, welcome back to the stream. Fantastic to have you. Oh my God, we've got 3 moderators here at the moment. What a safe PG stream. It's so exciting. And thanks for the crown and thanks for the confetti. You guys already know that every dollar we make on the stream, goes straight back into buying cool stuff to make the stream better. And most recently, we got this. Now, I didn't buy this brand new. Oh, lost the picture. I didn't buy it brand new. I gave the guy a case of beer because he doesn't use his camera anymore. So it's a camera stand that we're using to hold up the picture we're painting. So now it's not down so low, so I can keep my back straight. So that's fantastic. I second that, Mitch. Yeah, so watch this space. I've got to get these commissions out the door before Christmas. But some fun stuff like that is on the way. Shelby, you're the best. Thank you. I think you need to do it. I've got a finger-painted iPhone 12 Pro. Good phone. Good phone. I've got an S22. Wee! I honestly think, yeah, I can grab a few of each of them, I reckon. I reckon it's possible. I reckon it's possible. To Atlanta, and when we're out in the middle of nowhere, like this weekend and stuff, that could be quite cool because it'd be better than going down to the beach or like out into a mountaintop with a giant canvas. I don't know if you guys know, but that's pretty inconvenient. It catches the wind, you're trying to lug around the easel, the canvas, all your paint, it's a lot. But it'd be all good if I was just carrying a few iPhone cases. We can go paint a mountain ridge somewhere. Me oh my oh, Miss Ohio, with the rag top down. Says she wants to do right, but not right now. Got her arms around your shoulders, temperamental soldier. Mama starts pushing that wedding gown. Wanna do right. It is raining here, Andre. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. The rain is coming down. Thanks, Brandy. I've just sent you a case and have you paint it. I have an iPhone 8 lol. That's all good, Jason. I reckon, that's a banger of an idea, and I reckon I can get hold of some cases, no trouble. But don't send me a case or anything, guys, because what I'll do is you might not like what goes on to it, so that'll give you a chance to Angel Voice saying, oh, who's that? Thanks. Ooh, violin learner, adult violin learner, welcome back to the stream. You might not like what goes on the case, so let me buy the cases, and that way you can pick your favourite. That's the easiest way, I reckon. I'm a big fan of pairing artwork with the person. Getting artwork made for you when you don't know what it's going to look like can be scary. And let's take that factor out of it. Doesn't need to be there. It's better than most of my mates. Fantastic. You're welcome. I'm worried I might say it wrong now. Andre. I can't remember how I said it now. Now I'm making a mistake. Now I've let myself down. You should even sell embellished prints. There's so much you can do now. All the fun stuff. As long as we get to keep doing this though, because sharing this with you guys and the messages I get afterwards, it's all pretty special. So I would like to keep doing this as well. I reckon. Yeah. And if you're enjoying yourself, guys, and you want to see more of it, you can follow me on Instagram. Links in my bio, websites in my bio. It's all there for you guys. You can do whatever you like through there. Yeah. But it's pretty wholesome when you know, or when someone tells you you've improved their day. That's a bit of a win team. Overton's night. Thanks, violin learner. You're tidy and refreshing. Yeah, so I am very big on painting tidy. So the carpet's there. We're painting on carpet because we back ourselves not to miss. We're a sniper. Some people, there's nothing wrong with it. There's two different kinds of painters. There's machine gunners and there's snipers. Machine gunners, pow, 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 pow. Paint's going everywhere. Hopefully we hit the target. Snipers, it's going from the tube to the plate. From the plate to the surface. And we're not getting drips anywhere else. We're following that system. Neither's right, neither's wrong. But that is the difference. Only wild way, only wild ones can never catch. No place to go but anywhere. Interesting. That arm's gonna come over there. The cleanest painter. Like I say though, being a clean painter doesn't mean a thing. It's a different kind of painting. So you've got clean painters and you've got messy painters. So Lucy's a messy painter. I'm a clean painter. You can be whatever kind of painter you want. You can be half and half. You don't even need to fit into one of those boxes, guys. You can be like I'm a sometimes clean and sometimes messy painter. You can be whatever you want. Whatever you want. Fair enough, Alex. I just broadcasted you to my friends live on my call. That's pretty cool. I hope I wasn't saying anything stupid. I know for a fact I'm a mess. Yeah, fair enough, Victoria. Make a mess. Like I say, neither right nor wrong. You do your thing. One night past. No place to go but anywhere. So like I was saying, guys, if I'm not here this weekend, don't worry. I didn't abandon you. Well, I did. I'm going to be up somewhere where I'm not sure what the reception's like. So maybe reels, or if I do go live, it'll be sporadic. I'm not sure where it'll be. We are all machine guns here. And like I say, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But you won't often find someone who's a sniper like me, in terms of painting really clean, who also paints canvases that look like this. You're looking at an abnormality, guys. This is not the way. This is not Mandalorian. This is not the way. The places that have stained my hands, stole on my shirt. Of mine in the world given chance. Thought my place was some other place. I belong here, I belong with you. And all my questions belong here too. 'Cause we've been high, darling, we've been low. Going around the sides of the canvas, guys, doing our homework. I'm also an artist. I specialise in portraiture. Welcome here, you portraiture painter. That is James. James P. 2 birthday cakes. Keep an eye out for James P. Muted explosion robot for this live. Fair enough, Cheryl. Teach him a lesson. Or her. An hour of every waking day. Discussions in my brain. The answer, and I don't know the truth. Pain since my youth. Look how I push on, I philosophize. Alright. Are we making ground? We're making ground. Since you at the gate, light burning on your face. Belong here, I belong with you. And all my questions reside here too. We've been high, darling, we've been low. And all of it helped us grow. We belong here and we deserve to dream. Sorry for missing some comments there, guys. When does the album come out? Thanks, Jason. I sometimes like to listen to music here, keep me in the vibe. And I'm currently listening to Xavier Rudd. And sometimes I can't help myself. I sing. And I'm not a good singer. So let me provide you with the inspiration to know that just because you can't sing doesn't mean that should stop you. Let that be your philosophy of painting. There you go. You'd be like, Seb, I can't paint. Why would I paint if I can't paint? Be like, look at me. I'm singing in front of 77 people and I can't sing. It would make a great album cover. Yeah, one day. Darling, we've been low. Our love has helped us grow. We've gone here and we deserve to dream. into the mountains and all we met, staring through the trees and all we want, staring into the oceans and all we can do. We want and all we need. And all we can do. All we can. And all we can. To seek you at the gate. We're going to increase the size of this head here, guys. I've undercooked it. It's going to be here. It's going to go like this. There we go. Hello. Now we're talking. Up there, around it like that. There we go. Now he's not looking. His eyes and here like that. Don't worry about how that black's slightly off. We're going to cut in with some lighter colours and it'll all be fine. It'll all be fine. Nothing's wrong with it. You're better. Cheers, John, and thanks, Jason. You're a champion. Michael, thanks for the campfire, mate. You're an absolute champion. You're all fantastic. Like I say, all the donations go towards making this stream a little bit better, which is pretty fun if you ask me. I thought that just feels right if you ask me. How do you prime your paintings? Good question. A lot of them are on masonite, so which is like hardboard, which you know, Lucy. So I don't usually prime them, but if I am going to prime it, I'll use gesso. Any gesso is fine. There'll be the cheaper stuff, run-of-the-mill stuff. It's fine. Gesso's gesso, primer's primer. You can get good primers and bad primers, but don't worry about that. Just go for the cheap stuff. It's better you use cheap primer and a really, really good paint. And people will be like, wait, that sounds backwards to what I've heard. You're right if you're putting it on something like a house, prime good. But in terms of, for artwork, because it's not actually exposed to the elements, as long as the surface is ready to paint, you're good to paint. Yeah, so Lucy, often I won't even prime. But if you are using cheap canvases, you should definitely prime them because they'll say like, prime 3 times with gesso. It is, but it's sprayed on and it's niggly to paint on straight away. And sometimes the canvases have been sitting around, so they're dusty, and so it's really good to put that coat of primer on it. Otherwise you'll just feel like the paint's not running right when you don't have it. So, sorry for going on a rant. I hope that helped. What do I use for my hair? Hats most of the time. Just don't wash it for a few days. Painting has come so far. Thanks, Cheryl. And mine are defo cheap canvases. Hey, do not worry about that. Don't let anyone give you a hard time about cheap canvases. The 3 canvases on the back wall, the big ones, they're all expensive canvases. So when they get really big, it's good to go pricey. So they're squared right. For a small canvas, it doesn't matter if it's actually slightly a parallelogram, which is like off center, because, yes, I'm Kiwi. So we do have snow, South Island, we're in the North Island here, this is Tauranga, and I'm a Kiwi. On a small canvas, even if it's out of square, you can put it in a floating frame, and the naked eye can't notice. And people who are like, yeah, but if I get the ruler out, I can tell. Yeah, but your naked eye can't, so who cares? Let the canvas be out by 2 millimeters. Like, who's it gonna hurt? It saved not only the buyer of the artwork, but you, like, hundreds of dollars from buying, custom-made canvas. So there's that. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it, Andre and Eddie. That's awesome. Let me just swap the song. Let me just swap the song. There we go. Yeah, so, and even on the bigger canvases, go cheap. There are so many professional artists out there who use cheap canvases. It's not a big deal. Thanks, Jason. You're a champion. Paul, no, he is not. Cheryl's definitely right, whatever she's answering, if I missed the question. I tried to paint fish, but turned out crab. It happens. It does happen. All right, I'm coming up. I thought you were Australian. Wonder why the scenery was always nice. Christmas music. I think there's copyright on Christmas music, isn't there? Otherwise, that would be a very cool idea. No, let me see. Hold on a second. Take your shower and shine your shoes. You got nothing to lose. Young man, you must be living. I'm gonna move her over again actually. Here we go. Young man, you must be living. Go now, you are forgiven. There we go. Last move, guys. Can't deal with that, it's in the wrong spot. We're going to move her whole head over. See this here? Thought we're in the right place? We were not just yet, but we will be. We will be. So pleased. This fight is not worth fighting, and I've seen them others. So, we're not destroying it, guys, we're moving the whole thing to the right. This is essential. You got nothing to lose, young man, you must be living. So this is really important, because it's actually, if we don't do it now, proportions will always be off. I've been doing abstract oil paintings recently. Solid, keep going on those. You'll have a lot of fun. Karaoke be like, yeah, pretty much. Let me just sing, guys. I'm sorry if it's bad, it is what it is. Kind of want to get oil paintings now. Any tips for beginners? Of course, Victoria. Be ready for a clean up and use your cheapest brush to start with. It can be hard to wash. Are you off now, are you? Champion. All right, look after yourself, Jack, and next time I see you, might be up in Auckland, otherwise, yeah, you can see me on the story if I don't manage to go live. Tina, you've been told. Any lessons for colour theory? Colour theory. Colour theory, what lessons can you do for colour theory? Well, a couple of things you can do. I like to just ignore colour altogether, guys, and pretend like all just tones. See the blue as a dark grey, see the yellow as a light grey, see the red as a medium grey, and just apply them where I think is most appropriate. There you go. So then if you turn the picture black and white, it should come out looking correct. getting it into proportion now, guys. Did you actually have certain oil paint brands that you use? Any oil paint brand will do, guys. Acrylics are a bit more finicky, but with oils, you just go with it. Don't you worry about what anyone says. I typically like to buy the big tubes. Big tubes are bang. But I'll tell you what, we can make some, what you want to do is grab some of these questions like oil brands and things like that and send them to me as questions on TikTok. And then I can do a little reel to answer it, and so we can help out everyone. I've got a few people who have already shipped some through, which is cool. So I will start dishing up some answers. I promise. I promise. Often being wrong. You need to learn. Burn. There we go. Cool. Try and get a step by step, guys. Pull that over like that. Making good ground. Oh, sorry. Pinned a comment. How do you know when a work is finished? All right, you need to ask that in a form where I can like do a real reply, because there's a big answer to that. But typically, I say when you know, when you don't want to actually sell the painting. So say the painting's priced at $800 or $200 or $50. When you would prefer to have them, when you prefer to not have the money, like you prefer to actually give back the money and keep the painting, that's when the painting's finished. If you're excited to take the money and you hope they like the painting is not finished. That's my personal rule. And that means you've actually poured a bit of yourself into the painting. But different artists have different rules. Some people work methodically around the canvas. And once they reach the end point, they're done. Paint brand recommendations. I reckon whatever your local art store is stocking is what you're now using. I also reckon if you don't have a local art store, warehouse stationery, or your local hardware store will usually stock some acrylic paints or oil paints that are plenty good enough. Try and go for not the cheapest. Yeah, two above the cheapest and you'll be away. There'll be some big dirty bottles that they use at primary schools. There'll be some smaller tubes, which are the first like entry level student acrylics. Go one above that and you'll be fine. Any works, but he's going to answer it real soon. Any works? There we go. Yeah, champion, thank you. My art teacher always said art is never finished. There's something you can add to it. I think that's a compelling sentence. Is it true though? Yes, there's always something you can add to it. But think of art like a moment in life or a memory, whereby when's a moment in time or a memory complete? Or when is it encapsulated into itself? It's not. It's always, what am I trying to say? I think that's just a saying to make you feel more okay with when you stop with art. I really do believe that if you're trading art, and in most cases you're trading art for money, once the money is worth more than once the art's worth more than the money, that's when the art is finished. Because then you need to go start a new piece of art and call that piece finished. And you know, it's finished its life cycle. But yeah, so I believe that, guys. You're selling a piece of art for $800. If you want to pay the $800 to keep the painting, then you're in the right place. That's where you want to get to. That's when the art's finished. You really did improve the proportions. You moved the image to the edit. Yeah. Yeah. So that's part of the fun of not having guidelines. We put a lot of work through here, and now we've moved the whole thing over about 2 or 3 inches. But that's fine, guys. That's part of the journey. That's what we're going to do. And all these other lines are now in the wrong place. And now happy little mistakes that are going to build the journey of the painting. Cheers, Chuck. That's actually a nice way to put it, especially since it's valued differently to everyone. Yeah, exactly right. And there's no feeling worse than sitting there with a painting that you don't like, hoping someone else is gonna like it. Like, don't put yourself in that position. It can be tough sometimes, but love everything you create. And if you love it, talking about that is if it doesn't sell, you can have it in your studio and you can appreciate it. But if you say, well, I don't appreciate my art, then there's probably a larger problem there that we need to look at. How's it going tonight? Welcome back, Matt. I'm not saying there definitely is a problem. There could be 1,000 reasons to why you don't appreciate your art, but it could be indicating something. Because when I first started painting, and I painted these big pictures, I wasn't selling them. I didn't even put them anywhere to sell. I had them stacked up as boards in the corner of the room, like about 13 boards, 13, maybe 25 boards, all just stacked up in the corner of the room. And I'd just come to my studio at night, and I'd pull out another board, and I'd just start painting it. And no one was seeing them. It was just me, and I was getting pleasure from the painting. So I appreciate that. I'll try it with my art. Yeah, 100% Lucy. And when you do, if you do exhibit, or you do put your work on display, and there's a price tag on it, and someone, sometimes people may question the price tag, you will come across far more authentic and far more confident when you're like, that's the price, that's what it is. Because you know that that's what you'd pay for it. That's a pump bottle's worth $4.50 at a gas station. My art's worth this, right now, right here. If you'd like it, that's what it costs, but if you don't want it, I really do want to keep it, so you do you. What's been your toughest commission to paint? I've had a few tough ones. Probably Beethoven. I just faced some unique challenges with that piece. I faced challenges with getting the perfect frame, completing the work, knowing when the work was actually finished, a whole bunch of little factors. But it came together as one of the best paintings I've made, and so there was a real feeling of satisfaction to that. I was just thinking that too, it seems peaceful and relaxing. Well, I'm glad you find it peaceful and relaxing. Something about rain and painting puts me in such a mindful, meditative state. That's wholesome, Victoria. But don't worry, once the rain actually clears, we can start going back to our fun locations. And we'll have a bit more birds, we'll have a bit more, all the things. Can't wait. I need a dash in about another 7 minutes, guys, so I won't be here that much longer. But I'm glad I popped on to see you guys. Because I did say I was going to be here, and I didn't want to leave you MIA. And we've done a good job here, 'cause although we've made it messier, we've pulled things into the right place. So we can walk away from this one knowing that actually it's now closer to being finished than it was before. You've heard me say on this channel before, you've heard me say that one before, you've heard me say this line before, that painting growth is not linear. It does not start here and go to here. It goes like this. And sometimes there'll be a couple of bad days and it'll go like this. And so what you have to do is try and make sure that your art's going like this. And sometimes it'll go like this, but sometimes there'll be a few battling phases. So right now, although we've lost a bit of detail, we've improved the overall piece because the kids will look more like the kids are supposed to, because they'll be better in proportion. You haven't been told today? Thanks, Victoria. An 8-hour one? Yes. Yes, it's been a while actually. The longest one we've done is 6 hours. We can do 8 hours, but we need to get snacks. Because I can't dash off every couple of hours for a snack. I'd have to have it all right here with me. And it'd be like a little mid-session pause, like a lunch break. Where I pull out a lunchbox and just have a nibble. Thanks, Cheryl. Really appreciate it. Cheers, Chuck. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. I'll take this equipment with me to Auckland. And if the time's right, we'll do some painting there. But if it's not, we'll have to see. All right. That's paint applied, team. Cheers, guys. All right. I'm going to race off now, driving the rain over to Rotorua, and then after I've left Rotorua, I'll go up to Auckland, get there around 12 a.m. tonight, and once I get there, then I'll be leaving for a beach batch early morning Saturday. I've got all of Friday there. Tomorrow morning we might be on. Watch this space, I'll let you know, but I'll be in touch. All right, guys, look after yourself, wherever you are in the world. I hope you have a great day or a great night, and thank you so much to everyone who joined in. It's actually really fun. Have a good day, guys. Catch ya.